right, guys, here we go. Cloud Kingdom is the map, and up at the top right part of it, we have our yellow Terran player taking 2 games already in this best-of-9 Team Arena Challenge 3 match. It is Liquid TaeJa. And down in the bottom left, we have our purple Zerg player trying to staunch the flow of losses in this match. From Team MVP, it is none other than Sniper.
I thought you were going to say staunch the flow of blood. And I was like, no, that was Vampire's job, right?
No, he wants blood to flow because he's thirsty for it.
He wants it all for him.
He wants all the blood. That's right.
All right. Anyway.
All the pints.
So TaeJa certainly living up to his reputation already in this match. He's taken 2 wins in a row from some very good Protoss players. Now it's a little bit of a different task. Sniper has shown himself to be super effective in yes, Sniper.
I know, I'm
he's
sorry.
super effective.
Anyone says super effective, I immediately jump to Pokemon. I can't help it.
Yeah, it's me too. So I like, even as I'm saying it, I'm like, I just Ash, lots of Ash.
Dat Ash.
And Dat Ash.
I wish I would have said that.
Oh, Misty.
Anyway,
so that's well. I don't even remember what I was talking about. It's TVZ.
You were
it's
saying
Cloud
something
Kingdom.
about TaeJa being good or something?
Yeah, he is pretty good. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's a sniper. He's proven to be a very effective Team League player recently, and has really just picked off the very best players in the world in this tournament in repeated occasions for MVP.
Yeah, he's been their sniper, and now he's become one of their most solid all-around players.
And even, once again, as we kind of mentioned, terming himself Killer. He is the 3rd or 4th player to call himself Killer.
I'm never going to call him Killer. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sniper. There's too many killers in StarCraft 2 already. You know, I mean, at least name yourself. There's only like one thing of, you know, do you want to name yourself like Marine King? Sorry, there's already been 2 Boxers. You can't do that. Yeah. Maybe you can name yourself Dongrigu. You'd have 2 Dongrigus on the same team.
I'd be okay with that.
That'd be pretty good.
We'd be like, it's MVP Dongrigu, but not that Dongrigu, but the other Dongrigu. The other, yes.
How do we even differentiate between the 2?
Dongrigu probably just punches and kills him.
I would
like,
just, I think so too.
Takes it back. He's like, no.
Then it becomes like that Jet Li movie, the one where like they have to fight each other, and whoever like wins gets the strength of the other one.
No offense to Sniper, but I got my money on Dongrigu, so
maybe you never know. I mean, in that movie, the like weak Jet Li ended up beating the crazy like psychopath dimensional traveling one. Spoiler alert! In case you haven't watched that 10-year-old movie. Yeah,
that's true. So I have horrific visions of having watched that movie, but anyway.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Aside from the song at the start, that Bodies at the Floor song, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Used it way too many hockey games.
Not a Disturbed fan? Oh, I'm not either. Anyway,
all right, never mind.
2 queens popping out now. No gas taken yet, so likely to be that 4-queen build that we've seen so often, which is really effective on this map, especially because you can actually propel your creep so far. You can deny. You see, it's a pretty short walk distance from your natural up to your opponent's 4th. It's not that long. So. Concerted creep spread, you can actually deny your opponent's 4th just with creep spread. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's right. And Zerg players right now, you know, with these extra queen builds have been doing better and better about spreading creep. And look at this. Liquid TaeJa going for a 3rd command center and 2 gas. So we're very much going to see, I would say it's likely we're going to see some Hellion Banshee play out of our Terran player. This is a style that he's been using a lot. Other Terrans like MMA and Polt have been using this quite a bit. I have to go back and clarify. I don't think that song was by Disturbed. I think that was by Drowning Pool.
Oh, you're right. Drowning Pool, yes.
That's
how little I paid attention to that song.
There we go.
Yes.
I get a little bit of music cred out of that, right?
Yes. Disturbed was the sickness, so that's
right.
I'm trying to think of like all these like bad early 2000s like.
Oh, come on. Get down
over
with
the top,
sickness.
Like
sadness is the gift that has been given to me.
Oh, God. We don't need lyric time with Doa right now, especially not for Disturbed.
We need dramatic lyric reading time with Doa.
Get down, get down, get down with the sickness.
Come on, get down with the sickness. Sadness is the gift that has been given to me.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
That's not very fun.
Hey, 3 command centers are finished up now for TaeJa. He is putting down his reactor and factory at this point. But obviously, as you mentioned before, banking a lot of gas. It'd be very easy for him to move into higher starport tech, put up that those Banshees, even keeping that defensive bunker next to his mineral line and his ramp, so he makes sure he stays extra safe.
Yeah, that's exactly where you want to put the bunker on this map. A lot of maps right now, you want to get that bunker a little bit farther back in TVZ. The likelihood of having like 30 Zergling run by that a lot of Zergs have been doing lately, if they don't go for that heavy queen build, is just it's too likely that it's going to do damage if you have your bunker up in the front like we saw a lot of other Terran players do in the past. I think actually we saw EG lose to something like that, or take a lot of damage to something like that a couple days ago in a Team League match. So yeah, and TaeJa knows he's even putting a supply depot in front of that bunker.
It was kind of cool to see Sniper actually stutter step his Zerglings there as well. It's a nice little touch that Zerg players have been doing a little bit more recently, so they're seeing the advantages of it. But Baneley Nest coming up for him back on TaeJa's side of things. Double engineering base, so this is that very, very greedy style of play. But when it works, if you sit unopposed for a while, TaeJa can come back and just do some massive damage.
Yeah, that's the idea, is that you keep your opponent on their side of the map with your Hellions and your Banshees, and then because of that, you can just kind of have no other army, and you can just be like, all right, I'm just going to do nothing but get upgrades and tech into third base and SCVs, because I'm not going to need an army because you're not going to come to my side of the map. That's kind of the theory behind all this, and as we've seen in the past, it works really, really well. I mean, right now, causing some creep tumors to cancel, singeing some larvae.
Yeah, I could have killed them, but decided not to take the next shot.
They're just babies.
I can't do it. I'm not that big of a monster.
TaeJa doesn't want the nickname the Baby Killer Terran. He doesn't want to be known by that.
I don't think anyone wants that nickname, to be honest. So
that's right. Look at TaeJa, the Baby Killer Terran.
The creep spread is still good, despite the fact that the Hellions have done a pretty decent job of locking it down in a couple of directions. As we can see, Sniper's moving right towards that that next base, that fourth base that we were talking about, which you can shut down purely with creep tumors. So, but there's the scan, and all the active creep tumors are going to die.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. Good to be able to do that. You know, we've even seen some Terran players add on a Raven with this as well, so that they can continue to use their scans for, or not use their scans, use their energy for mules rather instead. But look at that, man, killing nearly all the creep on that side of the map.
Yeah, you mentioned the version with the Raven. That's actually the one that I think is the most fun at the moment. It's a huge resource investment, I understand, but keeping those mules in play, not having to use scans in, just Ravens add utility, and I wish people would use them more, you know?
Yeah, the reason that we don't see it quite as often, I do think it's good, but is, like you mentioned, the gas, you know, would be better served in some cases for upgrades, tanks, things like that. And the other thing, too, is that if you have 3 command centers saturating your 2 bases, you don't really need that extra energy for mules because you're going to have a lot more SCVs anyway, but I still like the version with the Raven too. I think it's kind of underused.
That's a lot of dead Zerglings. They are going to be able to clean up the rest of the Hellions here in just a second.
Efficiently.
No, but basically all the Zerglings are going to die. Unit stab shows there's only 5 on the field. I think there were 35 a second ago. So.
Yeah, that wasn't terribly efficient by MVP.Sniper here. So TaeJa not in a bad spot at all. In fact, he is ahead in supply. And look at this, nice micro there, picking off some drones, getting those. Oh, wow, even gets that Banshee away before it dies.
Yeah, very well done. And is out on his third base now with great infrastructure to support this. So now we start to see that army push forward and TaeJa's plan coming to fruition. However, of course, Sniper did save up a lot of resources to move into his eventual Mutalisk play, but he's quite far down on supply at the moment, even down in workers.
Now, the nice thing for Sniper is that he's going to be able to take care of the Banshees with the Mutalisks, and he's going to be able to harass probably pretty well with this. Right now, TaeJa doesn't have any turrets out. He doesn't have a whole lot of Marines yet, and the Marines that he does have are going to need to stim to get between his bases, too. So TaeJa needs to play this next couple minutes pretty carefully because these Mutas actually are in a position to do some decent damage for a little bit.
4 more Mutas coming up now to join the flock that's already on the field. And, oh, nice job catching that Viking there. Those Vikings are usually so annoying, able to pick off a lot of Overlords, and thankfully not flying over those Marines.
Yeah, he has those things there just in time here.
No combat shields, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen Terran players kind of wait a while to get those. He could start right now. Yeah, there we go. He did just start that.
Yes.
And it also does give him time, too, to get defenses up so those Mutas can't just run in. But look at this. Sniper saying, all right, I know the style you're going for. Heavy Marines, heavy upgrades. I know that you're not going to have a whole lot of tanks either. And that means my Banelings, what are going to be really effective. What is that Overlord doing? He's like,
I don't know, but those Mutalisks just passed through that as well.
Oh. He's like, no one will see me, and his like little legs are dangling out. Oh man,
no, TaeJa!
TaeJa!
Oh my God, that is a
ouch.
huge turning point in this game. TaeJa caught completely unawares, and now may lose a lot of economy as a result.
Hope he wasn't too attached to those SCVs.
Oh man,
they're about to die. Oh,
yeah.
All right, so. Yeah, that actually could have just won Sniper the game right there. TaeJa, what was he doing so far out on the map with an army like that?
No, and the wall isn't complete as well. TaeJa losing everything back at home.
Oh, wow. Things have just spiraled so terribly out of control right now for Liquid TaeJa. He just lost a ton of supply, lost all the SCVs at his third base. And now Sniper is in firm control of this game. He can keep the pressure on with Mutalisks while he takes a fourth if he wants to. Looks like he may just want to end it here, continuing to make units.
Yeah, 16 more Banelings coming up in the middle of the map as well.
Yeah.
This command center is going to be on fire in a second. No, actually, Marine's catching up in time, so he is able to save that at least for the time being and restart his mining.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're a Zerg in this position. It is easy to kind of come in and think you can win right then, lose a lot of your army, and then be like, all right, well, great, I killed his army, but I can't actually take another base, so I really can't capitalize on this as much as I should have. But at this point, I think he did enough damage where it's not going to matter. Yeah, that's so many Banelings.
Yeah, tanks going down without taking out too many of the Banelings either. I mean, a couple of nice target fire shots, but there's just so much stuff left over. We'll see if there's anything that TaeJa can do to hold on here, but he is losing so much economy in all of his standing army.
Yep. Oh, Banelings getting in the SCV line as well. Oh, man, at the natural expansion, losing a lot of SCVs at the same time, losing some at the third base as well. 43 workers killed right now by Sniper.
That is just a huge amount of death and destruction, and I don't know if his economy is going to be able to recover from it. I mean, TaeJa, kudos to him for not dying so far, but now the command center is down.
What?
Oh, no, it's repaired up.
Clutch repair by those mules. Nice job by TaeJa keeping that alive. If he had lost that command center, he would really be in huge trouble. As it is, you know, he's only in pretty serious trouble instead of huge trouble.
Yes, just one huge, actually.
Yeah.
Just huge trouble.
Now, here's the thing. If TaeJa can continue to hold, his opponent hasn't expanded yet either. So even though Sniper has a nice big advantage right now, he's not using part of that advantage to continue his economy growing as well. And oh, man, those mutas were almost trapped and killed there.
Yeah.
So Sniper, okay, there we go. Now starting that fourth base, yeah, I think he's realizing, all right, I may not be able to kill my opponent right now, so I need to make sure that I take a base and at least get into that late game with a better economy. But that is a lot of Banelings.
Yes, it is. He kills a lot of them, but there's just so many units that it doesn't matter.
GG.
There's GG, and MVP has taken the game back. They have knocked off Liquid. TaeJa is down.
Yep, a headshot by